Welcome to the Gradelink overview. This is Steve, and I'm going to show you how Gradelink makes life easy for teachers. Okay, so let's start by talking about attendance. When you log in the morning, you're going to press the tab that says Attendance, and automatically all your students pop up, and by default they're all marked present. So the only thing you have to do is check off who is absent for that day. Now, if you're going to use Gradelink for doing lunch, you can add some options up here at the top, like I have daily special, grab and go, and drink, and I just check off who's going to have it. If you need to add any notes, you can throw them here in the comments, and then press save. That's all you have to do. Okay, let's talk about communication. So as a teacher, you're going to use the Communicate tab to send out communications to your students. The first area, called School News, this is a bulletin board that the front office is going to use to communicate with the entire school. So all staff, all students, all parents will be communicated through this area. And this will be updated fairly regularly. This is a bulletin board that you can post to. And what's nice is you can have one main announcement, but you can also have a separate announcement for each class that you teach. So if I'm a primary elementary teacher, then I'll just use this announcement area. But if I'm a content area teacher, then I'm probably going to have a separate announcement for language arts 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Okay. So to look how easy it is to make something, you just press the edit button, and what's nice is parents can't see this until you press the green publish button. So that's nice because you can tweak it until it looks nice for you. Okay. Then you hit it, press save, and now it's published. This is an area to send out group messages. You can send out emails, and there's certain groups that are already created for you, but you can also create your own groups here in the Group Creator. Now, the front office will also have the ability to send out text messages. So in here, if I want to create, I have the group, for example, all parents. Now, these would be all of my 6th through 8th grade parents. Okay? I can exclude certain people if I want. I can also add in other parents that I want. Then you go ahead and you just write your email down here and write in the message, and then you can either send now or you can schedule it, and scheduling will allow you to pick a different date. Here you can also view your history, and you can also view your schedule and your drafts. And that is how you send a message in Gradelink. Okay, let's talk about adding assignments. So I'm going to go to the grade sheet area, and you'll notice I have no assignments yet. I'm going to click on the assignments section to add an assignment. So I put one in here and put a description. Next, I'm going to choose which category this goes into, and you can customize the categories. I'll make this one homework. Notice if it's a non-graded assignment, you can check this off. If your school does education standards, you're going to find them here. And then you're going to pick your grading style. I'm going to use points for this one. Now, if you have a file attachment that you want to include this, you just go ahead and use the file upload section. And if you teach more than one section, you can actually use this to copy this to 7th and 8th grade, and that will go ahead and create the same assignment in your 6th, 7th, and 8th grade gradebooks. Now I'm just going to go and save and grade. And I'm going to score the students. Now this is out of 15 points. If Millie Willie didn't turn his assignment, I can actually give him an incomplete, and you can customize those as well. And you can go ahead and write in some comments. And you can also save your comments and then pick for them later. You can also click on the name of a student to get more information about them. Change the way you view it from points to percentages or letter grade up here. And it's really nice because you can see the average grade and the projected semester grade at the bottom. To make it easier for teachers, we use the integrated lesson planner. So you just go to the lesson plan tab and press the plus sign. I'm going to go ahead and title this one. Now you can go in here and fill in the steps and the closing and so on. You can also change the name of the tabs up here at the top. But I'm just going to go in here, and where it says assignments, I'm going to click this, and this is going to select an assignment that I already wrote in my gradebook. And there it is. Just add to my lesson. And so now I've got one lesson plan that's already connected to my assignment in my gradebook. I can add more than one if I need to. And if I like this, I can go ahead and click this button that will save it as a template to my collection. And that way, next year, I can go ahead and use this same assignment and lesson without really doing much at all, just pull it out of my collection. And go ahead and click Add. If I need to move it, I just drag and drop it to wherever I want it to go. And then at the end of the lesson, for reflection, if it went particularly well, I could go to the notes section and go ahead and put reflection notes there. If I was being observed by my principal or another co-teacher, they can actually put in here the comments in this area. And so that's a great area for getting feedback. Now, if you have a substitute coming up and you want to print out this lesson plan for them, it's really easy to do it. You can print out the month, you can go to your week view, your day view, and then just hit print, and it'll print it out for them. So it makes it really easy for an administrator. They can view all the lessons for anyone at the school, and you can also send this out to a substitute teacher really easily as well. And that's how you do lesson planning in Gradelink. So we're going to talk a little bit about reports right now. One report I want to share with you is the standards covered report. So if you cover standards in your school, this report will actually show you which standards you have covered and which ones you have not covered and how far you are. So it makes it really easy. You can drill down into here pretty well, and it'll show you actually a pretty good list of where you are and where your students are at and if there's any gaps. There's also a cum report, which will show how each of your students are doing cumulatively across the quarters and semesters. There's also the ability to run custom report cards for one student, or you could run it for all of your students in here. The service hours is really helpful if you allow parents to track community service hours. This app lets the parents actually log the hours in the app and then send it to you for approval if they're volunteering in your classroom or doing something for you. And you go ahead and click approve, and then it'll give you a running total and individual log for each student or family. Now, the incomplete assignments report is really helpful. You can set it up so that parents are automatically notified anytime there's a missing assignment, but if you want to print out a report, you can do so here. You just check off the box for incomplete assignments. And this will allow you to go ahead and print out a separate piece of paper for each parent. And these are just some of the reports available for teachers in Gradelink. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me.